Welcome back to the Wake Up Call series. If you've been following along, you should be feeling more awake and aware of how you're living by now. And if you haven't done the work, well, go back to the first video and get on it, bestie, because over here we're serious about getting our shit together. Today, we're diving deeper and we're taking a stab at figuring out what you really want in your life, because you can't just, float around, just vibe and hopes it all works out right. You have to get clear on where you're headed. Okay, first thing first, I need you to grab a notebook or a piece of paper and a pen. No phone though. I need you to be focused and distraction free for this. No music, no texting, no background noise, just you, your thought, and your paper. So put that phone away or I will beat your ass up. And if you can't put your phone away for 15 minutes, then leave that video. I can't do anything for you. This is out of my skill set. For everyone else, let's go. Okay, now that we're settled, I want us to start digging into where you're currently spending your time and energy. I don't want vague statements or broad strokes. I want to know everything you're doing on the daily. We're going to break things down into categories so you can get a clear picture of where your energy is going. And I'll give you some categories to get started, but obviously take what you need, leave the rest, make up your own. This is just to help you work. So this is for your main job, career. Maybe you have a 9 to 5, maybe it's more of an 8 to 10, maybe you have multiple gigs going on. Whatever is happening for you, just write it down. How many hours? 7 hours, a good or a bad 7 hours, like a 7 hours I want to kill myself, or 7 hours I love what I'm doing. Side projects. This is for everything that's not your main source of income. So think side hustles, anything you're developing and maybe you hope will become a full-time job at some point. If you're already self-employed full-time, do not put it here, put it in your main category, main work category, because this is the same as working a 9 to 5 and chances are you're even working more than 9 to 5. Relationships, family, friends, colleagues, partner, pets, I guess. I'm saying that because my dog is my son, so If parenting applies to you, I would make a different category because unlike friends, it's not something you can cut off from your life.
I mean, some people do cut off their kids, but okay.
And if you realize your kids are draining all of your time and energy, it's also worth writing down. And I'm sorry. Hobbies. Do you spend time doing anything you genuinely enjoy? Stuff to relax, to, just take some time for yourself, something that sounds fun to you.
And scrolling is not a hobby, Chevy. It is just not.
This is going into another category, okay? But been there, done that, I'm not judging. And if you don't have any hobbies, just write that down. That's completely fine. Health and well-being. How much time and energy are you putting towards your physical, mental, emotional well-being? This could be things like going to the gym, going to therapy, meditating, getting a good night's sleep. Are you making time for your health, or is it more falling through the cracks? And I'm not judging. Some of us don't want to make it past 50, and I respect that. Not me though. Personal growth and development. All the time you invest in learning and growing as a person. Could be taking courses, reading self-help, all this type of thing,
Low-key, these videos should be in this category.
Except if you're not doing the work and you're just watching. Because if that's the case, it goes into the next category, which is leisure and entertainment. Now, this one is important. How much time do you spend on passive entertainment? We're talking binge watching Netflix, gaming, scrolling on social media. And I'm not judging, once again. Those things are important. We just want to make sure they don't take too much time in proportion to everything else that's going on and what you would want to do more of. And then whatever category you want, you could make a general one called other responsibilities. If you have household chores, you're volunteering, that and other things. Add whatever you need to add. Those are just starter categories to get the wheels turning, but obviously take what you need, as I said, and make up your own if needed. I don't know you just yet. Okay, now pause this video and just fill up all your categories. Work, 7 hours, Duolingo, 30 minutes, bathroom renovation, 2 hours.
Think of popping each other's asshole.
1 hour. Cooking and cleaning, 2 hours. Just get on it. And it's okay if it doesn't exactly add up to 24 hours. I'm trying to like get you to write down like a hybrid average day of how you spend your time overall, okay? We're just trying to look at the proportion, the percentage things take in your day. And be honest with yourself. If you know for a fact you're scrolling an hour on your train ride for your commute every day, put that down. If you know you're watching Netflix for 3 hours before falling asleep, write it down. I literally cannot read your answers. You're only cheating yourself if you're not being honest. So if you're serious about this, write it like it is, okay? Now pause this video and do it. Pause this video now! Okay, now that we have everything listed out, let's assess your fulfillment in every single of those categories. Now for each activity you've listed within each category, and some categories may only have one activity, that's normal if you only have one job, for example, ask yourself the question, does this feel fulfilling or does it drain me? And then rate each activity from 1 to 10. So 1 is obviously it drains the living soul out of me, please send help, not fulfilling whatsoever. And 10 is like, yes, fills my cup, brings me joy, love it, want more of that in my life. So maybe your job rates a 3 because, you know, you kind of like hate it, but also it pays the bill, but also you're not on the verge of burnout. So it's like, you get a 3. But maybe hanging out with your friends gets a 9 because it really like fuels you and energizes you, and it's just like, you know, only good stuff. But in that same relationship category, maybe your man scores a 2. There might also be categories that are like currently non-existent for you. Like maybe side project gets a 0 hour, but you've been meaning to start dropshipping bedazzled G-string on Amazon. That would be very fulfilling for you. Write that down. Once you've rated everything, we're gonna take a look at the big picture and, you know, just assess everything. Are there areas that are like constantly draining my life away? Are there some areas that like are like super well rated, but it's like I need more of that? Why am I only spending 1 hour on all my 10s? Anyways, now let's shift from what is to what you want. By now you should have a clear picture on what you're spending your time and energy on, but before we start murdering the stuff we want to spend less time on, let's see what you're lacking. Let's see what we want to add more of. And then we can readjust how you spend your time. To figure this out, we're going to look at each category and ask ourselves 2 things. What am I lacking right now? And what I would want more of. Lacking could be something you don't have at all, versus what I would want more of is something that maybe you already are doing, but you want to like amp it up. Once again, just a few thoughts to get you started. Maybe you want more creativity. Maybe life has become routines and responsibility and there's no fun in it anymore. You know, maybe you're lacking that little bit of like writing, baking, little pottery studio with the girls. Like there's something creative that you would want to add more of. Freedom. Maybe your current lifestyle feels very restrictive. Maybe you feel stuck in your current job, overwhelmed by responsibilities in your daily life, or, you know, you're just lacking financial flexibility. That might be something to explore here. Maybe you have a lack of connection. Maybe you hang out with people, but you don't necessarily connect so much with them. Maybe you've lost touch with people you actually really like. Maybe you're just not making enough time for friends and family. Maybe you need more adventure. Maybe life feels very monotonous right now. Maybe you are craving that little bit of like new experience, excitement. Maybe you just need to jump from a motherfucking plane if you're crazy in the head. But, you know, most people would just benefit from something low-key like going camping for the first time. More balance and well-being. Maybe you're feeling drained, burnt out, just overall mentally, physically, emotionally something quite unright, and this may be due to the fact that you're scrolling on TikTok at 3 a.m. but just like speedballing. Yeah. Okay, those were examples. Obviously now you take some time, you pause the video, you know the drill, and you write at least 3 things, not 6, 3 things that you feel like you're lacking or you want more of. We're not killing things just yet, okay? This is stuff you want to add to your life. Write at least 3 things. Could be all in one category, could be spread across all your categories. That's up to you, but just do it now. Stop playing and pause that video, homegirl. Okay, now that you've clarified what you want more of, the puzzle is in motion. For each things you want more of or that you're lacking, write an actionable step. If you said you wanted more creativity, you write down, I will paint for 30 minutes this week. I will go to the arts and crafts store. I will take pictures of my toes. Whatever floats your boat. If you've been craving more connection, you are going to put on your to-do list that you're going to reach out to someone you've been meaning to catch up with. Whether it's just a text or set up a coffee date, a step is a step. If you're seeking more balance, maybe you just add an hour of extra sleep or just a 10-minute meditation session. You know the drill, not too crazy, just small and actionable steps to get the ball rolling. Okay, back to the fulfillment scale. Let's take a look at what's actually draining you. If you're spending too much time on draining tasks at work, could you maybe delegate some of those to a colleague? Could you request an assistant or an intern to help you with those tasks? Could you set firm boundaries around your work hours? Because no, you're not working at 9 p.m. on a Tuesday. Sorry about that. And if you can't enforce any of those boundaries or ask for any of those at your job, then maybe it's time to start reconsidering whether you may want to make a move outside of this company. Maybe thinking about a side hustle that could turn into a stream of income, or maybe just altogether reevaluate what you're looking for in your career. But that was well beyond the point. If certain relationships are draining you, consider reducing the time you spend with or around those people, at least creating some emotional distance. Or my personal favorite, just adult breakups. Like literally friendship breakup are in. We are cutting bridges, burning, whatever. We're doing everything we can to those bridges so they never stand in our way ever again. No regret, no looking back. It's not because we were best friend in third grade that you get to have a role in my life today. And if you're a people pleaser, then that's a topic for another video, because if, like most of us, mindless scrolling is eating your life away, consider reducing just a little bit. We're not quitting cold turkey. We're not going from 5 hours to 20 minutes per day. Like, let's be for fucking real, okay? Maybe we do 5 hours to 4 hour 30. Already a progress, and you can take that 30 minutes back to FaceTime the friend you said you were gonna reach out in that previous step. See what I just did here? The goal isn't to cut back on everything or just wake up and be that new perfect version of yourself made out of Pinterest. The goal is to gain back some of those precious minutes from things that are like draining you or just not overall energizing you, to then put them back towards the stuff that really matters. You got it, baby? And whether you're adding or reducing, be specific. Don't hit me with that, I wanna scroll less, I want to be more creative. What does that even mean? Like, I want to hear, I will not spend more than 15 minutes this weekend on the call with my mother-in-law because she's draining the life out of my soul. I want to see I will be painting for 30 minutes this Thursday right after work. Okay? The more specific you are, the more likely you are to stick with it. Homework for the week. I want you to pick one thing to reduce and one thing to add more of. We're doing just one thing. We're getting the ball rolling. And once you've nailed those new boundaries and prioritization, keep adding and adding and adding and adding and reducing and reducing and reducing and reducing. Oh, you get the gist of it. Okay. You're starting to notice a pattern. This whole series is about small and manageable steps that you can actually follow through with. Follow through on whatever. I don't speak English. Now that we've started to identify what you want out of life, we're gonna dig deeper into your values. Because from career to relationship, living in alignment with your values, make sure all of your goals are aligned with who you really are. And yes, we're gonna be setting goals together, just like, stop trying to get ahead of yourself. Merci, 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 merci. Okay, for now, keep making those tiny swap and switches, be gentle with yourself. You're just a baby. You were literally just born 5 minutes ago. You're living this human experience for the first time, okay? And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video, because what would be the point of doing all this work to just stop halfway through? We have a lot more to cover, and I'm really excited that we're together on this journey. So I will see you in the next video.